Hello, good morning, and a warm welcome to your decoding of the ET Wealth newspaper. Today, the article that we're going to talk about in the 246th episode of the decoding is on page number 11 of the ET Wealth newspaper. Here is how the newspaper looks, and that is on the financial planning page. And I'm calling it how modern marriages can be sabotaged with the old ways of thinking around money. So that's the conversation that we're going to begin on, and I'm going to do the decoding quick today so that you can really take maximum advantage in the lowest amount of time. Hi Prerna, good morning. Hey Abha, good morning. Welcome everyone. I'm so glad you're joining right in time. Let's begin. So there is an old way of thinking around money. There's a new way of thinking around money. And especially women like you and me who are building modern marriages, the old ways of thinking around money sabotages the modern marriage. So it is us women who need to take responsibility of what kind of a marriage we want to build, especially if that's the modern kind, more equal, lesser gender roles, and more equal participation, whether in earning, investing, saving, as well as in raising kids, managing the household and more. So if that's the equal marriage, the modern marriage that you're looking at, then old ways of thinking around money may sabotage it. Like I'm quickly sharing some pointers which are in the ET Wealth newspaper. Example number 1, not knowing the investments which are being made. So traditionally, finance has been a male domain. It's generally the husband, the father, the broker, somebody else managing it. We women have not really taken charge of it. So operating from the old way of thinking where you do not know where investments are being made. Or even if your husband is sharing where he's made the investments, they are made in his name only. And he's sharing and you're not listening, you're pretending to listen. You're pretending that, okay, I'm interested. Rather, you're not. You just want him to shut down and that's about it. Do whatever he wants with the money. But yeah, build a great future. Now that old way of thinking around finances will not work in a modern marriage. Where you're saying, okay, let me earn the money. But then management and the growth of it can't be completely handed over. It has to be a more equal participation in the game. So, yes, one person can be a little more aware, but the other person cannot be fully ignorant. So you both need to know where you are with your investments, how much you're investing, how you're taking charge, what are areas inside of your money life you're managing. Yeah. Know each other's financial goals, know common financial goals, be aligned to them. Yeah. Whose name are investments being made? Is there a nominee? Who is the nominee in each investment? Who will receive the maturity amount? So you should know, okay, you should know where the money is being invested, whose names it's being invested in, and you need to have a complete record of all these investments, how they're being tracked, who's tracking them, so that you can monitor the progress and make sure that you are reaching your financial goals with your husband in your marriage. So that's one. Number 2, all the investments should be shared equally. Now, if you are earning, he's earning, or you're not earning, he's earning, doesn't mean the investments will only be in his name. It's a mistake to solely take responsibility of all the household expenses. That's not how to do it. So both of you need to share the expenses. Both of you need to share the investments. Everything has to be equal. Yeah? So not one person taking responsibility of the entire household, not it. Yeah. Generally, this is how it has been in the old ways of thinking. The husband will earn on all the money, Women will just manage the household expenses. They will receive a pocket money out of which they can also save money and buy something, buy something for themselves or invest for themselves, which mostly was gold jewelry, at max post office investments, kitties. But that's not the future. This is nowhere the future, right? Because you can't reach your financial goals with such investments. So, good idea to break down everything, whether it's expenses, investments, savings. Make sure each woman has savings in her name, even if you are a homemaker. There's a lot of contribution in the back end that's happening, because of which people who are working are doing what they're doing. You deserve the money that they are earning, which means you also deserve to be named in the investments they are making. You don't have to feel that, hey, I'm a homemaker, so I don't deserve it. Doesn't happen like that. So, make sure all the details of the investments are shared with you. They are in joint names, joint expenses, joint investments. You have a spending plan. There are spending habits that you're talking about, which means there are weekly review meetings or fortnightly review meetings that you're doing around your finances. And like I said, make sure that each investment you guys are making, there is a nominee. And if you feel that you're being excluded, then start investing on your own. That is also one boundary you need to create. So all of you women who are listening and you can see that, okay, no investments are being made in your name with whatever your husband is making, then you need to start investing in your name. And for that, you need to first learn. Financial education is the key. You can't be just investing on hearsay. That's not the way forward. And I'm saying this even if you do not financially contribute in the house. And well, if you contribute financially, then it's a different story. You got to really preserve your money. Or some Preeti is creating not only shared investments, but also investments which are decided after joint discussions. Love that. Kaveri is saying, in today's day and age, no one should be comfortable with being ignorant about where the money is. Financial independence is not just earning the money. It means you know where it is going. And no matter how much you love each other, remember to have 3 different categories of your money, my money, and our money. In an emergency, either of you should be able to manage. I love that distinction. Your money, my money, our money. Very, very powerful. Shruti is creating, still at this point of generation, the legacy of not sharing the investments part or discussion has not been doing irrespective of women who is working or having the fear of financial independence. Yeah. I mean, irrespective whether you're working, not working, women are being kept out and women are choosing to be out. I wouldn't blame it on men at all. I would rather first as a woman take responsibility for other women and say, man, you are not taking charge. I'm not taking charge. Maybe I'm not as aggressive in teaching you as much as I'm passionate about it. But yeah, that one hand you got to bring further. And we are right here to shake it with you for your financial growth. Next step is, old ways of thinking around money mein kya hota tha? Women will just sign checks. Women will just sign documents. Even if investments are made in their name, they don't know. Sometimes even properties were bought in their names and they had no paperwork with them. They had no clue about anything. So do not sign any documents blindly. Understand what they are, right? You may not have the expertise, then learn. But do not sign any documents blindly. Even if your spouse is saying, and even if it is to help him in his business, I know, in the old ways of operating around marriages, women were made business partners and they would just sign documents and not know anything. Don't make that mistake now. Doesn't work in modern marriages and modern times. Times have really changed and we got to wake up to that. Don't take loans on the behalf of your spouse. Even if your spouse is in a soup with regard to his finances, check what are those habits, patterns that need to alter. You're taking loans, giving him money, handing over your salary to him, handing over whatever you make, whatever your inheritance is, not going to help. Because what has landed him in a situation where he's in debt or he has no money or he's living paycheck to paycheck is a result of a lot of habits, patterns, ways of thinking. If he's unwilling to change, he's resisting the change right now, don't bother. Don't bother changing him. Also don't bother taking any loans or handing over your money to him. Preeti is saying you can't just keep blaming tradition for everything that's happening. We have to take the initiative and the responsibility for changing things. Brilliant. Absolutely. Kaveri is saying never sign anything that you haven't read and don't understand. Ask, ask and ask. Till you understand the implications in the worst case scenario. What if everyone defaults? What will it mean for you? Like, I bought a property some time ago and the office of the builder asked me to sign these documents. One of the documents was there in which, there was a clause that if in case of any dispute, if there was any mediation that happened, the mediator will be from the builder's side. And I read it. The builder's office expected me to sign it without reading it. I didn't do that. And I read it and I pointed it to people around me. I pointed it to the builder's office that this doesn't work. If a mediation happens, it has to be a neutral person. How can we bring a mediator who is, from the builder's side? Then I'm sure anyways, nothing is coming to me. I've anyways lost the battle. And the builder's office said, well, this is the template, this is it. The legal department won't change it. This is it. And I had paid 99% of the money already. Right? Then I connected with a couple of lawyer friends of mine and they said, yes, it's a template, you got to sign it. And yes, in case of default, in case of a dispute, if something happens, yes, their mediator will sit, but we can always go to the court and ABC actions can be taken. So these ABC actions are your way forward in case this happens. Now, did I not sign the document? Of course, I signed them, but I didn't sign blindly. I read what was there. I checked with people the consequences of it. Right? I had to sign it. Of course, 99% of the money was gone. But then I knew the way forward. I knew that if it ever reaches a point like this, this is my action. The mediation is not going to go in my favor. I know it in advance. So, sometimes you can't even change the documents. But can you be responsible for the consequences of what's coming about? Because that's what you can be responsible for. Can you know what you're signing? Can you know what you're getting into? Can you identify ways to figure the way forward if something is there which is not aligned to your growth? Abba is creating that I believe the new way of thinking is that finance, skill building is for each and every individual. Yeah, finance is a skill and the skill building is for each and every individual, man, woman, irrespective. And then see how to optimize it as a unit. Right now it is either complete ignorance or non-participation from one or more members or complete autocratic behaviors from one person. Brilliant. Both old ways of thinking, right? Non-participation, remaining ignorant, autocratic behavior, all of it, old ways of thinking around money. And yes, we need to change it. If not us, then who? And if not now, then when? I often ask this from my women. And I'm repeating it. If not you, then who? And if not now, then when? Shruti, you're saying that I remember my mom has been just blindly signing the documents. She doesn't even know how many properties, investments are owned by her. And now I lost her in Corona. God. Sorry to hear that, Shruti, and thank you for sharing. Yeah. We all have our mothers, grandmothers as examples of that. Some of us even have our sisters as an example for that. Sisters-in-law. And can we be the change? Can we build the change? That's the question we need to answer today. Start typing, guys. And all of us who are today coming together, that's the mission, guys. That's the mission. Move yourself forward. Move other women forward. Just us moving forward will move the game 1%, and all of us moving forward is going to make not just incremental changes, but that significant change that we require for this world to be a better place. The key is, can we all join hands and can we all work towards the accomplishment of this mission? Because that's what this world needs. Marriages needs it, families need it, children need it, our parents need it. I can't tell you how proud my father is today for all the wealth I've created, for the money I make, for the life I lead. Ferociously independent life I lead. So, yeah, that's the key. That's really the key. Kaveri is saying she's standing with us in the mission of creating 50 lakh women wealth creators and 50 lakh families being transformed. She shared the video. How many of you are with us? Are you championing this cause with me and making sure we all move forward together? We all are going to grow old together. Can we all stick around together towards a new world? That's the key, guys. Please start typing what you're taking away. And if you're sharing the video, type in shared. Preeti, thank you so much for sharing the video. Guys, you can share the video on your timeline, stories, in any groups that you're a part of, WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, with your friends, families, anywhere that you deem fit. Thank you, Raji, for sharing the video. Abha is creating absolute privilege to be a part of your lives. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you so much, Abha. It is my absolute privilege, I must say. Shruti, yes, we are here to break and change that sabotage of being financially illiterate. Yes, let's cause it together. Nihara, thank you for sharing the video. Kaveri saying we are going to rock it together in our old age. Absolutely, let's do that. We are all going to grow old together, almost similar ages. Let's cause the change and be the change. Veena, thank you for sharing the video. On this note, closing the live, make sure you're sharing about the Money Gym program, the Art of Picking Quality Stocks program with people in their lives. This is that one course that can alter how you live your lives. Take charge, stay safe, and thank you for joining. I meet you again many, many times until we reach our financial goals. Thank you. Bye-bye.